Hey everybody, welcome back to 1776 or Bust. Thanks for watching tonight. I appreciate you being here with me. One of the things I'm going to tell you is I really love the Steyr. If you've seen my other two videos, definitely, check out these guns. If you haven't checked out those videos, check them out, because this is, I think, one of the very few unsung heroes in the market. For whatever reason, people are avoiding these pistols. I think there has been definitely a negative past to these guns. There was a lot of flaws in the early generations, but this is now the fourth generation of the Steyr, and I have to tell you, these are just fantastic guns. They shoot great. I actually carried this yesterday with me. It carries perfectly. I had no issues with weight or bulkiness, and felt very, very confident with it. I only shot 300 rounds through it, so normally I would wait till 6. But because this gun performs so well, I said, what the hell? I think it would perform in any situation, so I brought it along with me. Now, this tonight is not a review on this one. It's actually a review on this one. This is the Steyr M9-A1. Now, I have to tell you, everything about the S9A1 is exactly the same, with the only difference being the size of the gun. Now, you'll notice you have a longer grip, you have the longer slide, which means the longer barrel, but everything else is identical. You have the trapezoidal sights. Again, you'll notice that I put that high-vis orange paint on the front, which definitely shows up very well. It's not the best job, and it's not necessarily a permanent fix, but for now it works pretty well in daylight conditions. Now, looking at the gun itself, everything about this gun, once again, is done very well. The slide is really nice. The barrel is very nice with the high polished feed ramp. Just everything screams really nice. Once again, the grip is deceivingly big. Now, I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. This grip on this gun looks very large when you put it in your hand. Okay, you'll notice that my finger has a lot of room here. But one of the things I want to tell you is that some people may say this is relative to a Glock 17. This gun, in my opinion, is actually smaller than a Glock 17. It's smaller than an M&P 9 full size. It is smaller than a VP9, so on and so forth. And the reason why I'm saying that is because this is deceivingly looking big. And just to kind of give you an idea of what I mean, I don't want to go into it too much detail just yet, but this is my Glock 19. Excuse me, just clearing the chamber, good to go. Now, if I was to place these two firearms on top of one another, well, I'll do it this way first. Beaver tail to beaver tail, okay? You'll notice that the Glock is smaller. It is definitely smaller. But here's what I'm talking about when I say it's an illusion. It looks really, really small, or I should say the Steyr looks much bigger from the rear, but if you turn it on its side, that's all we're talking about. This little piece right here, and then this kind of this butt piece of the Steyr. Now, other than that, there's not a significant difference, in my opinion, in regards to the size of the grip. Again, that's the Glock with the loaded magazine in it. You can see I still have a lot of play here, a lot of room, so it's a comfortable hold, okay? With the Steyr, with the magazine, when it goes in, it adds a little bit more size to it, but I think what happens here and why it looks like it's so much bigger than the Glock is because, keep in mind, if you look at both of these guns, the Glock is much more squared off. You don't have this big, deep cut into the frame as you do with the Steyr. You'll notice that this one actually goes in quite a bit more. Let me see if I can get that a little bit better. You can see that the Steyr gets cut in a lot more than the Glock does. So as a result, this, and because this trigger guard is swooping up towards the actual slide of the gun, your hand actually gets so much higher that it leaves this additional room there. Now, if Glock had that, if this was undercut a little bit more, if this trigger guard went up as opposed to square off, you'd be able to get a higher grip on this Glock. And the Glock already has a pretty high grip with a pretty low slide on it. But again, you have this piece of polymer here that stops that hand from going further in. And because this is squared off, it stops your fingers from going up higher to the slide. Even with that undercut, even with this cut right here, it still doesn't give you that high enough feel as opposed to the Steyr. Now, of course, when you look at it again, you realize that because you're sitting up so high, you're getting a much higher grip, which means you have more polymer exposed. But that does not significantly increase the size of the gun, in my opinion. And it's, again, in my opinion, because I'm an owner of this gun and I've carried the Glock, I will tell you right now, I would have no problem concealing the Steyr at all. As a matter of fact, if you put them back versus tops of slides, you'll notice that, I don't know if you can see it this way. Let me see if I can do it this way. You'll notice that that's it. That's the difference right there. That's all you have to worry about. So again, is this Steyr M9-A1 so much bigger that it's unconcealable, that it is something that's in the realm of the Glock 17? No way. I would tell you right now, it's smaller than a Glock 17 and slightly larger than a 19, which makes this a usable firearm for any concealed carry and anybody who's got a good holster and a good belt. So again, total win with this gun. Absolutely love it. And check this out. Here's my hidden hybrid holster for my S9, and it fits perfectly in there as well. So now I got a holster for it. Yay! But one of the things I do want to tell you is if you haven't looked at a Steyr, guys, go and check them out. I'm not going to sell I'm not trying to sell you these things. You know, if I did not believe in this type of model or this manufacturer, I would not have bought a second one, but I went ahead and did because to me, these guns are really, really good guns. And again, I'm just trying to get the word out there to try to help you guys make a decision. Again, they're affordable. They're under $500. You know, there's a lot of options out there that can range anywhere from $450 and up. These fall in that realm of $450 to $500, depending on where you go, depending if you're buying new or used. Again, great alternative to Glocks, great alternatives to M&Ps. Again, aftermarket support is not that good. Hopefully that will change over time. But guys, love the Steyr. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a great night. Hopefully you're staying safe out there. As always, freedom is never free.